What's up? What's up? What's up? Good morning. Well, good afternoon. Not morning. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I wanted to share this because I took my evaluation. And I passed my evaluation and everything. And so what I didn't know, what it didn't do when I first got my CDL license, because like I said before, I have a CDL. Right? I have a Class A license, but I just recently went to get my passenger endorsement. And for the passenger endorsement, after I passed, because you get with the evaluation, with the test, you have to pass it 3 times. You have to pass the parking, the straight backing, the parallel park. You got a parallel park, you got a straight back, and then you got to do the pre-trip. And so you got to pass those 3 times, and then you have to schedule your test, the actual test. You got to get evaluation 3 times, then schedule the actual test. So anyway, I didn't know the new law. I got my CDL in 2019, but they have a new law because remember they had. You may have heard, you may not have heard, but here in Florida, a guy was on a turnpike. A tractor trailer was on a turnpike, and he made a U-turn and killed a couple people. So after that, they changed the law, and things are different now. But anyway, when I went to get prepared for the test, they told me I had to bring my birth certificate in. Before they could schedule the test, they needed a copy of my birth certificate. So needless to say, I had to come. I had to go, leave school, come home, get my birth certificate, go back, turn it in so I can actually get tested for the test. So, which this is complaining. If I complain, I didn't complain about it. I just went and did what I had to do. But yeah. So I want to share that for those that are thinking about maybe thinking about getting your license. Maybe you got them already. Maybe you want to get another endorsement on it. But take another test or try to get your CDL rather. That's good information to have because if you don't have it and you're thinking about getting it, you can order it now, depending on where you live at. If you live in the same, because I live in a different state. I'm in Florida now, but I wasn't born in Florida, so I had to send out for it a while ago. I sent out for it, luckily, because I sent out for it. Usually you don't think you need it, but in this case I needed it, so I sent out for it a while ago, and I had it. So I just came home and got it, turned it in, and got all squared away for the test coming up whenever they schedule the test. That's funny. That's funny. but yeah, that's I actually saw him. I actually saw him film when they filmed Devil in a Blue Dress. I was actually an extra in that movie, not really extra, but I was driving. I was young then, and I was driving. I didn't have a driver's license at the time, and I was driving one of the cars in that movie. So, but Denzel, and when I first saw him, he was like zoned. He was in the zone. Like I guess he was going to film that scene, the scene when the lady meets the lady for the first time, the lady in the blue dress for the first time. They were going to film that scene, and so he was like locked in. He was locked in, right? And he went, and it took a while for them to film the scene. But when he came back out, he was laughing and giggling and shaking hands, talking to everybody. So he's a great actor. I said that to say, Denzel's a great actor. So yeah. Hey, I didn't say that. I didn't say it to convince you or anything. I said it because it's the truth. Whether you believe it or not, it don't matter to me. Whether you believe it or not, it doesn't matter to me. But I said what I said, and I stand on it, whether you believe it or not. So yeah. But where I'm going, that's no concern of yours. I'm just being nice. That doesn't matter. You know, I was just sharing about CDL school. You know, the new law they have. You gotta before you take a test, you have to have your birth certificate. They need that. They gotta scan that in the system so it can be in your file. So they did that with me, and I was surprised. I'm like, what? Birth certificate? So anyway, I had to share that. So I wanted to come on and say, if you're thinking about getting your CDL license, make sure you get your birth certificate. You know, they may tell you that anyway, depending on where you go. I know with certain companies, make sure you have everything before they even send you a ticket or before you even come. They make sure you have everything. So some companies are good. Like I said, for those of you who don't know, I drove for Swift for a while, and I love people talk bad about Swift, but I can't say nothing bad about Swift. I love Swift. Swift changed my life. Night, they sent me home packing. So night sent me home packing, but everything worked out for the good. I thank God for Swift. Thank God for you know, giving me the opportunity to help me get my license and help me get a golden ticket, as they say, a golden ticket, so I can get a job. And I had a job then and got a job now. So thank God for, hey, welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. And I always say, get your 150 minutes in a week. Get your minutes in, you know, walk. Talk to God. If you believe, you don't. I believe. I'm speaking for myself. Talk to God. Tell God thank you. No, I'm not. But no, that's somebody texting me. I'm answering my text, but as a matter of fact, it's okay. I answered it again. But yeah, talk to God when you walk, talk, meditate, you know, and don't let people get in your space. You know, decide you're gonna have a great day. Decide your day gonna be positive, and don't let negative Nellies. I said it this morning. Don't let negative Nellies steal your joy or dampen your day. You know, decide, because some people gonna be negative. People gonna be negative. Some people just negative for no reason, and hateful and spiteful for no reason. And even if the parents smile on their face, they still be sad. So some people just like to be sad. Some people just like to be negative. And you gotta try to avoid it at all costs. Something that's not right. But it's a good day to walk. It's still blessed. Still a blessing. You feel the nice cool breeze. You know what I mean? Nice cool rain water here in sunny South Florida. Thank God for it. But yeah, like I was saying, you know, some people just, we're talking about that today. Some people just you can't let people, especially when you're at work, you can't let people steal your joy. You can't let people dampen your day. You know, you come to work for a reason, for a purpose. You may have something you want to accomplish, something you want to do, bills you got to pay. And if you let people at your workplace dictate your job, your attitude, your mind frame, then you have a problem. That's not only talking about at the workplace, that's in life, period. If you let people dictate how you operate, then you have a problem. You have to work on that. We all have to work on that. You know, I know it's hard. Thank you. God let me by a nice guy. But yeah, you can't let people dictate especially come in your pockets. Hey, you let me walk by. Chill out, relax. You started laughing. But yeah, he hitting the horn. The guy let me walk by, he hitting the horn on the guy. Yeah, relax. You know, don't be a road rager. Well, that's not funny, but you know, we had a tragic event happen here in South Florida, man. Guy, well, I ain't gonna speak on that, but you know, I ain't gonna speak on that. I'm gonna leave that one alone. God bless the family of that individual. But you know, you have to when you're dealing with traffic, You have to watch who you when you I thought about that this morning too. I ain't gonna touch that no more either. I'm gonna leave that one alone. We're talking about your workplace and your dollars and your CDL license. If you're trying to get your CDL, make sure you have your birth certificate, because that's something I didn't know, and I figured I would share that. Come on and share that. And for the most part, the day was good. My day is over with. Work day is over with. Blessed. Thank God for another day of life. Thank God for another day of strength. Thank God for being able to just come on here and say thank you. Thank you for another day. Appreciate it. It's a blessing. It's a blessing to be able to come on here and say thank you. So I should have bit of information. Having a CDL, having to get you turn in your. How you doing? I always thought that if you had your license already, you have to go through all that. But everything that's going on, say, hey, bring it in, bring your birth certificate in. So that's what I had to do. So yeah. But anyhow, hope y'all all having a great day, a wonderful day, a blessed day. My day was good. My work day was good. The day is still young. The day is still young. So we'll see what's going on. And I actually went to Buzz. I haven't had Buzz in a long time. If you've never heard of Buzz, Buzz sells chicken. They sell shrimp. They sell fish. Today I had for lunch, right? Today I had fish. I had corn fritters. I had French fries, and usually, Buzz, back in the day, I heard stories about how it wasn't as good as it used to be. Because back in the day, that was my spot. I would get the shrimp and fish combo with the little. We got a place down here called Donnie or Parker's. Hey, welcome to the live. Good afternoon. But we used to have a place down here in South Florida called Parker's Kitchen. They changed it to Donnie's. It's a family-owned restaurant. Very good, very tasteful. And they had a dish called a thing called Parker sauce. And so I would get a shrimp and fish combo with the Parker sauce. And that was my dish. That was a treat. And so I thought about it today, but I had to. I made my own kind of sorta. It's kind of like what it is. It's kind of like mustard. You mix mustard, ketchup, hot sauce, season to taste, and a little vinegar in it, and you mix to your taste, to your liking. And that's pretty much what the ingredients are inside the sauce. So that's what I did at Buzz. I mixed my own, mix. Obviously, I didn't have no salt or no seasoning to season it with, but it still was pretty good. Like I said, I haven't had it in a while, but I had the fish. But I didn't want to rant. I didn't want to rave. I want to rave rather. I'm almost to the Ponderosa. Like I said, I don't live too far from where I work, which is a blessing. But I just want to come on and pretty much talk about the birth certificate and share that information with you if you desire and thinking about getting your CDL license. Order your birth. If you don't have it, make sure you order it so that way you'll have it on deck when it's time for you to do your test. Time for them to scan. It may only be in Florida. I don't know, but you want to scan it. They want to scan it in, and before you take your actual test. And that's just for, I'm getting my passenger endorsement. We were talking about it. It's mainly about money. Because back in the day, if you want to get your passenger endorsement, you didn't need it. This was this is another form for the state, in my opinion. Get a couple more dollars. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do when you want to do. If you want what you want, you can't complain. You can't moan. You can't fuss about it, because You're not gonna win. You just have to do what you gotta do and go through the motions to get what you want to get, and that's it. So be safe, be blessed. Like I always say, a kind word kind of can go a long way. Say something kind, do something kind, and you'd be surprised how that kind word, that kind just can change somebody's life. A kind word kind of just changed my life. So that's why I always say that in my videos. You know, I'm gonna reiterate that continuously as long as I work for my body. I'm gonna be on here telling you not only that God is good all the time. I'm gonna continue to say that, and I'm gonna also say that you know, a kind word kind of can change somebody's life, because a kind word and it kind of just changed my life, changed my whole thought process of how I was thinking at the time. You know, it told me at that time that God still loved me, and God still was gonna bring me through, and God still gives grace and mercy to us all. So, hey, welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. God gives grace and mercy to us all. And even at the time, I was talking about CDL license, right, and getting your CDL license. Even at that time when I thought I was gonna fail, someone came to me and said, I was loved. God still loved me, and everything was gonna be all right. And so, everything is all right. Even in the midst of my trials, my tribulations, even when things look down and dim and dark, God is still with me. And God still keeps you. God still keeps you and me. Even in our darkest hour, our darkest day, God still keeps us. So don't look at the bad side. Even if it looks dim, even if it looks dark, the clouds look dark right now. It look like it's gonna pour down raining. But what person? Where am I from? I'm from Grishaw Mafia. No, I'm from all over. I was born in Maryland. That's where I was born. But I grew up spent most of my life, well, I've been in California. I lived in California for a while. I lived in Alabama for a while. All over. Kentucky, Hawaii. But I spent most of my life growing up here in South Florida. So I don't know. I don't know. You can say where I'm from. I guess you can say I'm from Florida. I guess that's where I grew up mostly. So, but yeah. But I've been all over. I lived all over. I had a stretch everywhere that I just named: California, Alabama, Kentucky, Hawaii. You name it. I've pretty much been there. Georgia. Pretty much been there. I did some over the road for a while, but I can't say I really live over the road. But you spend months at a time, different places, driving. You know what I mean? Spend 3 weeks out. If someone say Stretch, I look like Stretch to you? You think about the rapper? The rapper? I don't know. I can't see that one. I get a lot of different people name people that say. I don't know if you're trying to be funny or what, but you can't say what you will. You know, it's good to comment. It's good to comment. I know some of you guys on here, I thank God for you anyway. Some of you guys on here just be saying things as trolls. But trolls are good too. I love trolls too. God bless the trolls too. Thank God for the trolls. But we try to give out positive vibes. Each one, teach one. And we're here to uplift each other. There's enough negative stuff out here in the world without being negative. I choose to be positive. I choose to try to help, try to impact those that want to be impacted, and ignore the ones that want to be foolish. So either way, God bless you. But yeah, like I was saying, get your 150 minutes in a week. Try to get those 150 minutes in. That's what it said you should do. Brisk walking. I'm not brisk walking right now. I'm just walking, but walking is good regardless. But brisk walk, 150 minutes a week. Get those minutes in. Try to sweat. Try to do some exercise. Get your heart flowing, your heart moving, and I said what I ate today, but try to eat something good, healthy, stuff out during the week and then treat yourself. That's what I try to do. Treat yourself at the end of the week, but sometimes I fail at that. But keep trying. Even though you may fail at certain things, but keep trying, keep pushing, keep walking, keep going, keep showing up. Lace your boots up. Lace your boots up. I'm saying that. I love saying that because it's the truth. Lace your boots up. You know what I mean? Because it's a battle. It's an uphill battle. Sometimes it's uphill, sometimes it's down. You still gotta lace them up. Still gotta show up for yourself. Show up for your people. So anyway, with that being said, y'all be safe, y'all be blessed. And like I always say, tell somebody you love them. You never know when you're gonna go, you never know when they're gonna go. And kiss the ones you love. You never know when you kiss them again. Also, kind word, this can go a long way. Do some kind, just some kind. You'd be surprised how that kind word, that kind of changed somebody's life. The kind word kind of just changed my life. So with that being said, y'all be safe, y'all be blessed. I'll be seeing you in the next video. Mañana morning. Tomorrow's Friday. Today's Throwback Thursday. And you know, I'm gonna share a quick throwback story with you before I get off of here. So when I was young, I might have shared the story a long time ago, but I'm gonna share it again since I just thought about it just now. You know, my dad passed a couple years ago, and it's coming up on that soon in May. So we're gonna share a story about my dad real quick, and then we're gonna get off of here. But when I was my dad, I was talking about where I was from, and we lived in Kentucky for a while, right? So we were in Kentucky. And my dad bought me a bike. Bought a bike, and the bike was too big. Well, first I had a little bike. I had a little smaller bike, and you know, kids are cruel. Kids are kind of cruel. You know what I mean? And so anyway, they're making fun of the bike. And so my dad, being who he was, he went and bought a bike for me, and the bike was too big. And so he spent some time with me trying to get me to ride that bike, to learn how to ride that bike, running behind me and trying to get me to get it. And for some reason, I just couldn't get it. I couldn't get it. So he just, I guess he had enough for that day. And so the next day, I went and I got home from school, and you know, I figured out if I lean the bike, if I lean it over and get on it and push myself off, I can ride the bike, even though it's too big. I can lean it down to the side, get on it, push myself off, and I can ride it, and then get to another spot, lean it again, turn around, and come back and do the same thing. So when he came home from work, I guess he was looking for me, and he came to the door, to the street where we was playing, and he saw me, and he looked at me, and he just looked at me, and just nodded his head, and went back in the house. So that being said, y'all be safe, y'all be blessed. It's a throwback story for you on this throwback Thursday day. You know what I mean? Y'all be safe, y'all be blessed. Like I always say, tell somebody you love them, because you never know when you're gonna go, you never know where they're gonna go. Kiss somebody you love, you never know, kiss them again. Also, a kind word can just go a long way. Say something kind, do something kind with somebody. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised of that kind word. That kind of just changed somebody's life. Because a kind word kind of just changed my life. Testimony to that. I say that all the time. So do it. I try to do it every day. Sometimes I don't, sometimes I don't make it, but I try. And as long as you try, put forth the effort to say a kind word, you kind of just to somebody. And you'd be surprised how that kind of word that kind of just changed somebody's life. So with that being said, y'all be safe, y'all be blessed. Know that God gives you grace, God gives you mercy, God loves you. Because of how people try to make you feel, know that God loves you, and you spread that love with somebody else. And let your light shine if you believe. Let your light shine for other people to see. So with that being said, y'all be safe, y'all be blessed. I'll be seeing my next video mañana, or maybe later in the day. However God leads me, we'll see. Y'all be safe, y'all be blessed. I'll be seeing you. I'm out. Peace.